In a surprising turn that has shaken the global auto industry, Toyota has unveiled a new electric vehicle priced at just $13,000, an aggressive move that challenges the dominance of the Tesla Model Y and disrupts long-standing assumptions about EV affordability. Known more for its conservative approach than industry upheaval, Toyota's bold pricing strategy is forcing competitors to urgently re-evaluate their plans. The traditional narrative linking electric vehicles to high costs is rapidly unraveling, potentially triggering a global price war and redefining the EV market. For years, companies like Tesla, Ford, and Volkswagen set the tone for the electric vehicle sector, positioning EVs as high-tech, high-cost alternatives to gasoline-powered cars. The market viewed electric vehicles as luxury items, with production costs, particularly for batteries, driving up prices. A Tesla Model 3, for example, starts around $39,990, while Volkswagen's ID.4 is priced at $41,190. Even lower-cost options like the Chevy Bolt came in at $26,595, still a stretch for many consumers when compared to traditional vehicles. Toyota's new $13,000 EV, the BZ3X, initially launching in China, aims to upend this pricing paradigm. The move has sparked intense industry scrutiny, with many questioning how such a low price is even feasible. Historically, EV pricing has been heavily influenced by the high cost of lithium-ion batteries, which average about $137 per kilowatt-hour. Add to that the expenses of R&D, specialized materials, and infrastructure development, and it's clear why EVs have remained financially out of reach for many. By radically reducing these costs or re-engineering the supply chain, Toyota appears to be rewriting the rules of the game. Whether this signals a permanent shift in the economics of electric vehicles remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the era of high-priced EVs may soon be over. Toyota's recent decision to slash the price of its new electric vehicle, EV, by more than half could prove to be a game-changer in the industry, prompting competitors to reassess their strategies. Central to this bold move is Toyota's strategic partnership with Guangzhou Automobile Group, GAC, one of China's leading car manufacturers. This collaboration is a calculated effort to tap into GAC's deep expertise in efficient, large-scale production. GAC has spent years refining its ability to manufacture high-quality vehicles at scale while keeping costs low, making it an ideal partner for Toyota as it aims to disrupt the industry's pricing model without compromising on quality or performance. By integrating GAC's lean production techniques and economies of scale into its own operations, Toyota has significantly reduced production costs. This strategic alignment allowed the company to sidestep the hefty investments typically required to establish new production facilities and processes. While competitors like Ford swiftly embraced electric mobility, Toyota had initially adopted a more cautious approach, focusing instead on hybrid technologies such as those found in its Prius lineup. However, as global demand for EVs, especially in China, continues to surge, Toyota recognized the need to adapt quickly or risk falling behind. By 2020, China had already established itself as the world's largest EV market, with over 1.3 million units sold that year alone, a trend Toyota could not afford to ignore. The launch of the Toyota BZ3X, priced at an astonishingly low $13,000, carries significant implications. Traditionally, EVs have been viewed as expensive alternatives to gasoline-powered cars, often exceeding $30,000. The BZ3X challenges this perception and could potentially reshape the automotive industry. If Toyota can sustain production of low-cost EVs, it may compel other automakers to lower their prices to remain competitive, potentially sparking a price war in the EV market. This shift could also make electric vehicles more accessible to the broader public. Rather than reinventing the wheel, Toyota's approach emphasizes optimizing existing platforms and technologies, a strategy that has enabled them to drive down costs while accelerating EV adoption. Toyota's approach to producing affordable electric vehicles involves the strategic use of efficient, low-cost materials and capitalizing on advancements in battery technology that have significantly reduced the cost of electric drivetrains. Renowned for its expertise in manufacturing efficiency, Toyota applies the principles of its Toyota Production System, TPS, to minimize waste and enhance productivity at every stage of production. This methodology not only keeps costs low but also helps address consumer concerns such as range anxiety. Despite being priced lower than many of its competitors, the Toyota BZ3X delivers a competitive range and performance for its price point. The vehicle features a smaller battery pack compared to higher-end models, yet it still provides sufficient driving range for the average user. Importantly, Toyota's focus on affordability does not come at the expense of the core benefits of electric vehicles, such as zero emissions and low maintenance costs, which continue to resonate with environmentally conscious and budget-minded consumers. A major driver behind Toyota's ability to reduce electric vehicle costs is its transition from traditional lithium-ion batteries to lithium iron phosphate (LFP) batteries. This shift represents a pivotal innovation in the EV market, tackling one of the most pressing issues for automakers: battery cost. While lithium-ion batteries have long been the industry standard, they are expensive to produce, have longer charging times, and raise sustainability concerns due to their reliance on costly and often difficult-to-source materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel. These factors contribute significantly to the high price of electric vehicles, with lithium-ion battery costs averaging around $137 per kilowatt-hour. Toyota's adoption of LFP batteries addresses these challenges head-on. By replacing cobalt and nickel-based cathodes with iron and phosphate, LFP batteries offer a more affordable and sustainable alternative. This innovation not only reduces production costs but also enhances the environmental and economic viability of Toyota's electric vehicles. Iron and phosphate, the key components of LFP, lithium iron phosphate, batteries, are significantly more abundant and cost-effective than the cobalt and nickel used in traditional lithium-ion batteries. As a result, LFP batteries are approximately 20 to 30% cheaper than conventional lithium-ion variants, which can substantially reduce the overall cost of electric vehicles, EVs. By integrating LFP batteries into its EVs, Toyota can offer more affordable options, making electric vehicles accessible to a broader range of consumers. The cost advantages extend beyond just the materials. LFP batteries also simplify manufacturing and enhance operational efficiency. One major benefit is their increased thermal and chemical stability, which streamlines production, reduces quality control issues, and lowers manufacturing costs. Additionally, LFP batteries are less prone to overheating or catching fire, addressing a significant safety concern associated with lithium-ion technology. This reliability reduces the likelihood of costly recalls and increases consumer trust. LFP batteries also boast a longer lifespan, often lasting between 10 to 15 years, compared to the 8 to 10 years typical of lithium-ion batteries. This extended durability translates into sustained performance, with less degradation in driving range and energy efficiency over time. Another notable advantage is their faster charging capability. Due to their higher tolerance for rapid charging, LFP batteries can be recharged much quicker than traditional lithium-ion types, helping alleviate one of the biggest pain points for EV users: lengthy charging times. From a sustainability standpoint, LFP batteries are also the more environmentally friendly choice. They do not rely on scarce or environmentally damaging materials like cobalt and nickel. Instead, they use raw materials that are more abundant and easier to extract with less environmental impact. As the automotive industry faces growing pressure to reduce its carbon footprint, LFP technology presents a compelling solution that balances performance, safety, affordability, and sustainability. Furthermore, LFP, lithium iron phosphate, batteries are not only cost-effective but also fully recyclable, contributing to the sustainability of electric vehicles. But there's more to Toyota's strategy than just eco-friendly batteries. The company's ability to offer electric vehicles at remarkably competitive prices is not solely due to advanced battery technology or sleek design. It's a direct outcome of its extensive global manufacturing expertise and highly efficient supply chain. With decades of experience in mass production, Toyota has refined one of the most cost-effective and streamlined manufacturing systems in the world. Unlike many new EV startups that still face challenges with scaling operations and managing supply chains, Toyota benefits from a mature, globally integrated infrastructure. This allows the company to source components in bulk, negotiate favorable terms with suppliers, and efficiently manage logistics on an international scale, significantly driving down production costs while upholding quality and reliability. Toyota's approach is deeply rooted in its legendary Toyota production system, which emphasizes waste reduction, continuous improvement, Kaizen, just-in-time manufacturing, and standardized work processes. These principles have been seamlessly adapted to EV production, ensuring that every stage, from battery assembly to final vehicle testing, is optimized for efficiency. As a result, Toyota is not only able to match or exceed the performance of competing EVs but also do so at a fraction of the cost. This strategic advantage has enabled Toyota to break away from the traditional image of electric vehicles as expensive alternatives, offering high-quality, affordable options that challenge market leaders like Tesla, particularly when comparing the pricing strategies of both companies. The Tesla Model Y, a compact electric SUV, has firmly established itself in the electric vehicle (EV) market with a starting price of approximately $49,990. However, this places it at a significantly higher price point compared to Toyota's upcoming BZ3X, which is expected to retail for just $13,000 in China. This stark $36,000 difference highlights a major shift in the EV landscape, particularly as consumers increasingly prioritize affordability. Toyota's ability to introduce a fully equipped electric vehicle at such a low price is forcing a re-evaluation of what EVs should cost, effectively setting a new benchmark for affordability in the industry. This development presents a strategic challenge for Tesla. The company must now decide whether to lower its prices to stay competitive or maintain its premium pricing strategy. Dropping prices could eat into Tesla's profit margins that have been essential to funding its rapid expansion and technological innovations in areas like autonomous driving, battery development, and energy solutions. Moreover, reducing prices may dilute Tesla's luxury brand image, which has been key to its market positioning. On the other hand, maintaining its current pricing could result in Tesla losing market share, particularly as budget-conscious consumers gravitate toward more affordable options like the BZ3X. Toyota's global production scale gives it a distinct edge, while Tesla has made significant progress with its gigafactories in the US, China, and Europe. It continues to face supply chain and production challenges. In contrast, Toyota's mature manufacturing infrastructure and vast supplier network allow it to achieve economies of scale that Tesla struggles to match. But the story doesn't end there. The Toyota BZ3X isn't a barebones, entry-level vehicle designed solely to undercut competitors. It's a thoughtfully designed, well-equipped EV that offers features typically found in far more expensive models. From a sleek 14-inch touchscreen display to premium interior materials and a robust feature set, the BZ3X provides an experience that rivals EVs several times its price. Perhaps most impressively, it offers a 300-mile range on a single charge, putting it in direct competition with high-end electric vehicles from established players like Tesla and Ford. Toyota's new electric vehicle, the BZ3X, is poised to make a significant impact on the EV market. One of its key advantages is the inclusion of fast-charging capabilities, which addresses a long-standing concern about electric cars: extended charging times. The BZ3X also offers the full utility of an SUV, making it a practical and versatile option for a wide range of drivers. What sets Toyota's approach apart is its bold decision to sell the vehicle at a loss, a strategic move reminiscent of early disruptors like Amazon and Tesla. These companies prioritized long-term growth over immediate profit, aiming to establish strong market positions and loyal customer bases. Toyota is adopting a similar playbook, wagering that short-term losses will translate into long-term gains through increased market share and future revenue from services like maintenance, charging infrastructure, and software-based offerings. This forward-thinking strategy underscores Toyota's ambition not just to compete in the current EV landscape, but to become a dominant force in the electric future. The implications of this move are already being felt across the industry. Competitors are being forced to re-evaluate their pricing models, production strategies, and supply chains. Toyota's entry with an affordable, well-equipped EV challenges the premium pricing that has defined the market thus far. Automakers such as Tesla, Volkswagen, and Ford may find themselves under pressure to either lower their prices or enhance the value of their vehicles to stay competitive. This shift could significantly accelerate EV adoption by making electric vehicles more accessible to a broader audience. As Toyota continues to evolve its EV strategy, it is also likely to draw on its deep expertise in hybrid technology to further strengthen its competitive position. Toyota has firmly established itself in the green vehicle sector, with millions of hybrid vehicles already on the road. Leveraging its deep expertise in integrating internal combustion engines with electric powertrains, the company is well positioned to drive innovation within the fully electric vehicle (EV) space. Its long-standing commitment to reducing environmental impact is fueling the development of advanced technologies, such as more efficient battery systems and hydrogen fuel cell vehicles, that will further expand and diversify its EV portfolio. At the core of Toyota's future vision is a clear objective: achieving carbon neutrality through a comprehensive electrification strategy. This includes hybrid electric vehicles, HEVs, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, PHEVs, battery electric vehicles, BEVs, and fuel cell electric vehicles, FCEVs. This multifaceted approach is encapsulated in Toyota's Beyond Zero initiative, which goes beyond minimizing environmental impact to include broader contributions to societal well-being. Rather than simply participating in the EV revolution, Toyota aims to lead it by focusing on accessibility, affordability, and innovation across global markets. Looking ahead to 2030, Toyota plans to launch 30 BEV models under both its Toyota and Lexus brands, covering a broad range of vehicle types, from compact sedans to SUVs and commercial trucks. The company has set an ambitious target of selling 3.5 million BEVs annually worldwide by the end of the decade. To support this goal, Toyota is investing nearly $70 billion in electrification, with approximately $35 billion earmarked specifically for BEV development. These investments underline Toyota's intent to be a long-term leader rather than a transitional player in the EV market. One of the flagship models supporting this vision is the Toyota BZ3X, a compact electric SUV that boasts a range of up to 610 kilometers, about 379 miles, on a single charge. The BZ3X exemplifies Toyota's strategy of making high-quality EVs both practical and accessible to a broader consumer base. In terms of production infrastructure, Toyota is also making substantial investments. The company is constructing a $14 billion battery manufacturing facility in North Carolina, projected to create 5,000 new jobs. Furthermore, in partnership with the Shanghai government, Toyota is developing a dedicated EV plant in the Jinshan district, targeting an annual output of 100,000 vehicles starting in 2027. These strategic moves aim to localize production, cut logistical costs, and mitigate risks from tariffs and geopolitical uncertainties, laying the foundation for Toyota's long-term dominance in the global EV market. Toyota's competitive advantage stems from its diverse product lineup, expansive global manufacturing network, and long-standing expertise in production. By strategically localizing its manufacturing operations and investing in advanced battery technologies, Toyota is not merely preparing to compete in the electric vehicle (EV) space, it is positioning itself to lead. While other automakers wrestle with the challenges of cost efficiency, range limitations, and charging infrastructure, Toyota is quietly laying the groundwork for a new era in mobility. Ironically, a significant push toward this transformation is being fueled by none other than Toyota's fiercest rival in the EV market, Tesla. Tesla's dominance in the EV industry is now facing headwinds, presenting a unique opportunity for Toyota. Once hailed as a beacon of innovation and progressive values, Tesla's image has taken a hit amid growing political controversies, largely tied to its CEO, Elon Musk. His public alignment with Donald Trump's economic policies alienated a major portion of Tesla's core customer base, environmentally conscious, left-leaning consumers, particularly in progressive states like California and New York. What was initially perceived as a strategic political alignment quickly evolved into a branding crisis. The situation worsened when Musk donated to Trump's re-election campaign, and after Trump secured a second term, appointed Musk to lead a new federal agency, the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. Under Musk's direction, DOGE initiated sweeping reforms aimed at privatizing key government institutions like the U.S. Postal Service and restructuring the Department of Defense, moves that led to massive layoffs and widespread public backlash. The agency's subsequent efforts to dismantle regulatory and humanitarian bodies, including USAID and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, further heightened public concern. Compounding the controversy was Musk's simultaneous management of his private enterprises while helming a federal agency, raising serious ethical and governance questions. As Tesla's once pristine image continues to erode, Toyota finds itself in a unique position to rise, not just as a viable alternative, but as the future leader of the EV revolution. Critics expressed serious concerns about potential conflicts of interest, given that both Tesla and SpaceX held federal contracts and were subject to government regulation. These worries gained traction after DOGE underwent a controversial budget restructuring, which resulted in severe funding cuts to departments that had previously scrutinized Musk's companies. Many interpreted this as a calculated move to eliminate oversight. The situation worsened when it was revealed that DOGE had submitted inaccurate budget data and concealed financial reporting errors, drawing comparisons to past scandals at Tesla involving manipulated safety statistics. Economists warned that the agency's aggressive fiscal tightening threatened the integrity of essential national data, potentially compromising the federal government's ability to conduct accurate economic analysis and public research. Legal issues soon followed. A federal judge ruled that Musk's dual role likely violated the Appointments Clause of the Constitution, prompting a coalition of states to file lawsuits. These suits argued that DOGE had no legal authority to access sensitive Department of Treasury systems, leading to an emergency court order blocking such access and triggering a full-blown constitutional crisis. At the same time, widespread protests erupted against Musk's leadership of DOGE. Demonstrators condemned the sweeping government cuts and targeted Tesla as a symbol of Musk's political ideology. This gave rise to the Tesla takedown movement, which called for mass divestment from the company, organized protests in major cities, and launched viral boycott campaigns on social media. On the international stage, Tesla also suffered collateral damage from the fallout of Trump's trade wars, as newly imposed tariffs on imported vehicles and components ignited diplomatic tensions, particularly with Canada and the European Union. Tesla's critical position in the global market began to falter as international regions increasingly perceived the company as an extension of former President Trump's aggressive policies. In Canada, political leaders targeted Tesla as a symbol of trade tensions, imposing a 25% tariff on US-made electric vehicles and even contemplating an escalation to 100%. European officials also threatened countermeasures, warning that such tariffs could disrupt the international automotive supply chain and significantly impact companies like Tesla. Consumer backlash was swift and severe. France saw a 63% drop in Tesla registrations within a month, while Sweden and Norway reported declines of 44% and 38%, respectively. Caught in a storm of political conflict and shifting public sentiment, Tesla's global image deteriorated, leading market analysts to downgrade its valuation and question its dominance in the EV sector. The company, once heralded as a beacon of clean energy innovation, was now seen as a volatile, politically entangled brand. This shift had tangible consequences beyond financial markets. Politically motivated violence surged, with attacks on Tesla properties across the US and Canada. In Las Vegas, a firebombing at a Tesla service center included gunfire and anti-establishment graffiti. Similar acts of vandalism, burned vehicles, sabotaged charging stations, and damaged dealerships emerged in Oregon, Colorado, South Carolina, and throughout Canada, suggesting an escalating international campaign of resistance. Investor confidence plummeted as Tesla's stock, which had surged post-Trump's re-election, dropped nearly 30% in weeks. The company's Q1 2025 sales fell far below projections, and concerns deepened as reports emerged of top executives quietly offloading over $100 million in shares without signs of reinvestment. The sell-off triggered a wave of panic among retail investors, many of whom scrambled to liquidate their holdings, thereby intensifying the market decline. In an effort to stabilize the situation, Elon Musk made several public appearances, denouncing the attacks on Tesla as evil and un-American. He reiterated Tesla's dedication to innovation and environmental responsibility, urging shareholders to maintain faith in the company's long-term vision. However, critics were quick to highlight that Musk had not increased his own stake in Tesla, casting doubt on the sincerity of his reassurances and framing his statements as a mere damage control tactic. Simultaneously, the political fallout escalated. President Trump labeled the attacks on Tesla as acts of domestic terrorism and pledged federal intervention against those involved. In an unusual move, he displayed a Tesla vehicle on the White House lawn, attempting to rally Republican support for the embattled company. Conservative media personalities echoed this sentiment, encouraging their audiences to purchase Teslas as a form of resistance against what they perceived as liberal extremism. Yet Tesla's brand, long intertwined with progressive ideals, struggled to resonate with a conservative consumer base traditionally skeptical of electric vehicles and the green movement they are associated with. On the other hand, many progressives, once among Tesla's most enthusiastic supporters, have grown disillusioned due to Musk's increasingly outspoken alignment with Trump and conservative causes. This political and cultural dissonance presents a significant opportunity for Toyota. With its upcoming BZ3X model, Toyota has the potential to disrupt the global electric vehicle market, particularly if it can effectively navigate the complexities of entering Western markets. To seize this moment, Toyota must address regulatory hurdles such as stringent crash and emission standards in the US and Europe, along with logistical challenges like high import tariffs and the intricacies of local manufacturing. While adapting to meet safety and environmental requirements may raise production costs and delay market entry, establishing regional production facilities could provide a viable long-term strategy. Toyota must simultaneously ensure that its vehicles meet evolving consumer expectations, particularly in terms of technology features and driving range. As Western buyers increasingly seek smart, connected, and long-range electric vehicles, areas where Tesla has traditionally held an edge, Toyota's challenge will be to strike the right balance between affordability and innovation. This requires adapting its offerings to suit diverse regulatory environments and consumer preferences across global markets. At the same time, the introduction of Toyota's low-cost EVs is already disrupting the used car market, particularly for older, gasoline-powered vehicles. Budget-conscious consumers are beginning to shift toward newer, more efficient electric options, placing pressure on dealerships, rental fleets, and private sellers, who may face significant losses. This trend could accelerate the depreciation of internal combustion vehicles and compel automakers to speed up their transition to fully electric lineups. As Tesla grapples with mounting financial pressure, missed delivery targets, and increased scrutiny over its pricing and product quality, Toyota is well positioned to capitalize on the moment. By ramping up affordable EV production, investing in local manufacturing, and expanding assertively into the US and European markets, Toyota has a strategic opportunity to exploit Tesla's vulnerabilities and secure a dominant position in the entry-level electric vehicle segment.